Hello, beautiful friends and book lovers. I hope that you are all doing well. I cannot believe it is almost August 2020. So before we know it, I will be heading back to my day job. If you're new to my channel, I am an elementary school teacher. Also, our lawn care is happening right now, and I apologize because it's probably picking up in the audio a little bit. But yes, so just a little disclaimer there. I'm sorry for the noise. As I was saying, I will be heading back to school soon. We are not sure if we are heading back in person or if we're doing remote learning. So it's just, a very stressful time for everybody. And I just wanted to film a fun video because hopefully it gets you guys in a good mood. It's definitely getting me in a good mood to film because I'm so excited to share my 5 favorites with you. So I do buy all of my books on Amazon, or my books are my book of the month choices because I just signed up for that subscription 2 months ago when Home Before Dark came out by Riley Sager. And I am going to list all of the books, links to where you can purchase the books, the same exact Amazon links that I use to purchase. Also, a little disclaimer, I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you purchase one of these books or just a book through the link below, I will get a very, very, very tiny small commission, which is awesome, and it helps me stay in the Amazon affiliate program, which is so greatly appreciated. So it usually takes me on average 3 to 6 days to read a book. I'm by no means a speed reader. It usually takes me a little bit. I pace myself out. And stuff like that. So some of these books I read in either a day or I read them in like 2 days. And for me, that is like my telltale sign that the book was so great for me. So I am going to list these in order from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 being my favorite book so far of 2020. So let's just go ahead and get started with the books. So coming in at number 5 for my favorite book so far of 2020 is The Whisper Man by Alex North. This is not a copyright 2020. This was actually published in 2019. However, I did read it in February 2020. This is a bone-chilling, creepy thriller that will leave you so afraid to sleep with the lights off. It's going to leave creepy songs in your head. Trust me, when you read this, you'll know what I mean. This book gave me all the goosebumps. This book, I just was like having book anxiety, not in a bad way, when I was reading this. Like I needed to find out what was happening. And oh my gosh, this book is just so good. All of these books mentioned today, I have done non-spoiler reviews where you can hear the premise of each book. So I will link my review to The Whisper Man right up here for you. So at the end of this video, if you're interested to find out more about what this book and any of the books are about, you can just click on those little cards up there and it'll take you right to the review. Coming in at number 4 on my list of top 5 favorite books is Long Bright River, which is written by Liz Moore. I saw this all over on Bookstagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, it's just at Heather's Book Review. And this is such a beautifully written story. It's not a thriller. I would say it's more of like a suspenseful drama, and it touches on some very, very heavy topics that are prevalent in society today. This book primarily deals with drug use and drug addiction and how that can affect obviously the individual and the individual's family and friends and their circle. This book is about 2 sisters, and it's told in the point of view of one sister. And again, I will link my review non-spoiler up here for you in the event that you want to hear more about what this book is about. It is pretty lengthy. If you're new to my channel, I often say that books over like 400 pages kind of just turn me off a little bit because it's almost just so daunting to me where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so long. When am I ever going to finish it? I have so many more books I want to read. And this book is very close to 500 pages. But I loved it. And I loved that it touched on some very, very serious topics, that I've never read a book like this before. And I just felt all the emotions. So this next book was like tied for number 2 for me. I recently reviewed it. If you watched it, you know how excited I was after reading this book, and that would be Verity, which is written by Colleen Hoover. This is a psychological thriller like no other, and it is dark and it is twisted, and I read this book in one day, where, you know, if you were listening in the beginning, I had just said that it usually takes me anywhere from 3 to 6 days to read a book. No, I read this, like, I started, I think, on a Tuesday afternoon, and I was done by like later Wednesday afternoon. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Again, I've reviewed it. I'll link it up here for you. Oh my gosh. If you are in the mood for like a dark and twisted novel where you can sit here and you can guess the ending all you want, and I promise you, you will not be correct. You will not be right. Colleen Hoover did such an amazing job with this book, and I cannot praise this enough. Number 2 slot is filled by a book that pretty much made me sign up for Book of the Month because I wanted the early release, and that is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This book is definitely meant for a reader who appreciates and loves a haunted mansion kind of story. You guys, I grew up on Nancy Drew. Actually, I'm 26 years old, no shame. I still play the Nancy Drew computer games. I love them. I've always loved a mystery that you're trying to solve. And this is definitely more like, I would say, very mild horror, mystery, and thriller. It's like it's such a well-rounded book. Again, I read this one very quickly. I read this in 2 days, which is quick for me, and I couldn't put it down. I was hooked, and I'll link the review up here as well. I know that this is a very popular book in the last couple of months. I know everyone loves to get their hands on Riley Sager's books. I only have one more book of his to read, which is Final Girls, which I actually think may have been his first book. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. But this haunted mansion, creepy vibe, I absolutely adored. Okay. And last but not least, the book that I have recommended to all of my friends and all of my family, because you are hooked from the very beginning, is Little Secrets by Jennifer Hillier. This is definitely a thriller. It's like it's an exciting and thrilling read. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah. So this is not a spoiler, but our main character's son gets kidnapped in like the first couple of pages. So she is determined to find out who took her child, and in the midst of all this, she finds out that her husband is having an affair. Again, not a spoiler, but let me tell you, between her, looking into her husband's affair and then also trying to find her child, you guys, you are in for one amazing, wild ride. And the ending is so good. This book is just, oh my gosh. I actually really just want to reread this again, because I think I read this in April or May, and now that we're almost in August, I'm like, I think about this book all the time. And I don't know about for you guys, but if I am left thinking about a book, for a long time, months on end, it was a good one. So I recommend this to everyone. It's a quick read. It's just well written. You just feel like you're sucked into all this drama, and you're like watching it unfold in front of your eyes, and it's fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys, and hearing about my favorite books of 2020 so far. We'll see if my list changes once we end the year, or get towards the end of the year. But I don't know. I loved these 5 books so much, and I recommend them to you all. Like I said, I've reviewed all of them, so if you didn't want to click on the link then so you could hear the rest of the video, I will link all of my reviews in the description below, along with all links if you want to purchase one of these books. So yes, I had so much fun filming this. I can't wait to see if you guys love any of these books and chat with you in the comments below. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, you guys.